Ian.
Dave.
So this is a special little episode of the Apex Adjacent podcast. I'm Dave.
I'm Ian. Is it a very special episode? Like, are we going to talk about like the crack epidemic?
Or get touched by an old man in a bicycle
heavy
shop?
Metal's bad influence on children or whatever else was happening in the late 80s?
I mean, we can talk about all of that stuff, but sure.
Oh.
I think any episode we do is a very special episode, Ian. So,
okay. Well, I listened to Judas Priest once and then I murdered a goat. So.
Nice. You went to a petting zoo as a child and just bit the head off of everything, right? Yeah. Nice. Listeners, I have not given Ian any information about this special My Eyes that we're going to do today. So it's just kind of a special little episode just around that. Okay. So we're going to have a little nugget, a little capsule. So you, the listener, are coming in just as cold as Ian here.
I have no idea what's happening.
Ian, how are you preparing for this? I
have a generous pour of white wine.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so I want to preface this by starting with talking about when we had Donnie on the show, Jesse, Donnie, and Peta for our 250th episode, right?
Yeah.
Now, during Donnie's conversation, we were trolling Craigslist, as I think if you have a phone that just intersects within like 30 feet of Donnie, it just opens your Craigslist automatically, right?
Right. It's like the worst version of AirDrop.
$2,500 is just drained from your bank account. Now you're on the hook to pick up a car like 3 states away, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but remember, there was something interesting that came up that we were trying to figure out around like a Toyota interior. Do you remember this?
Yeah, the buttons on the side, on the seat.
The buttons on the seat. So in this episode, we are going to talk about those buttons because, Ian, I have some interesting developments.
Is okay. Yeah, okay. I'm all ears. I want to know. Okay,
so we're going to cut to our remote. I'm going to go man on the scene for a
Please tell me we're breaking into a car right now to press the buttons.
We are. Okay. All right. So listeners, we'll be right back.
Now that Dave is in the Blair Witch Project and walking to what I assume is a destination of some sort, I want to refresh everyone's memory. So when we did a game with Donnie on the show around guessing the city from the Craigslist post.
Right.
And this was the Craigslist thing that got this conversation started. It was a Lexus RX 300 for sale for $2,600 American dollars. There's no information, really. It says 100,000 miles, and that's about it. It says, calls only to Rico.
That's right, Rico. Fucking Rico.
But very strangely, there's this picture of the rear seats, sort of like the front part of the rear seats. But in it, you can see on the side bolster of the passenger seat are 2 buttons. And it's just a very strange button placement. And we were going back and forth and debating and trying to figure out what those buttons did. We couldn't find it.
Right.
And now Dave is on the case and done walking?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Hang on. I gotta figure out how to switch my camera over. Okay. Hang on.
Dave needs IT help, everybody.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see here. So I assume you can't see me, but you just hear me grunting. That's got to be the best, right?
Yep.
All right. Okay.
Make sure you get lots of fingerprints on the camera lens too.
Oh, Ian, I figured out what the buttons are for.
So they are for the rear seat passengers to move the passenger seat out of the way.
Right. So if you're the driver, then what you can do is you can move the buttons, or the rear seat passenger can adjust it if they need to.
Yeah.
It makes it accessible from anywhere.
And this is in an RX?
This is in it's in a different car.
Why are we looking at your hand?
It's in a different car, Ian.
Is this your car?
Ian.
Is this a new old man sedan?
Ian, guess who got a Lexus LS 460?
What?
Yep.
When did this happen?
Last week.
What?
Well, you needed me to figure out what the buttons were, right? So you can stop sharing your screen now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a new old man sedan.
I have an even older man sedan, Ian.
What year is it?
It is a 2008.
Okay.
And I would like to do something here. I'm going to put my phone down on the ground.
Oh, we're going to get a cold start?
I'm going to cold start it for you, okay?
Oh, man. I'm really excited, but also there's a part of me that hopes it doesn't start.
Like that scene in Mad Men when the guy tries to kill himself in the Jaguar.
Yes.
Yeah. Spoilers for Mad Men. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can set my phone up to do this. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's see if I can just kind of prop it a little bit.
This is riveting television for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice shorts. Now that we're alone. Oh, the video the video froze. I don't know if it's still recording or not.
Is that working on?
It sort of worked. I think Google cut the sound right away, so I only got like a half a second of audio. And then I think the microphone was like, "Oh, it's too loud."
Well, Ian, I may just do the rest of the show in here, but
okay.
Welcome to a 2008 Lexus LS.
Very nice. So it's the 460. I don't think this is going to work because I think your Wi-Fi is probably not great in the driveway. But so it's a 460, which means a 4.6 liter.
You're correct. Yes. Let me fix my audio real quick here. Okay, hang on. I'm fixing audio. Hang on. Oh my God. Audio. Speakerphone. Okay. Okay, how's that?
Much better.
Okay, so yes, this is the Lexus 4.6 liter, 360 something horsepower. Go ahead, feel free to Google a 2008. Yeah, LS 460, the base model.
Okay, yeah. You could get, because you get the 4.6 or the 5 liter as an option. It says 380
the 5 liter
horsepower.
380 horsepower. The 5 liter comes with the 600H, which is the hybrid.
Ah.
Given that this is 12 years old, I opted not for the hybrid.
Yeah, I bet.
but it does have some insane things, and also it's an insane car.
Yeah.
It is freaking ridiculous and comfortable. I think it looks great. Mm-hmm. I am the fourth owner. I think the first owner had it as a lease, so they only had it for a year. Then there was 10 years of ownership in there. And then the idiot that had it before me, this gentleman by the name of Russell, who was a fucking moron, had it for about 11 months. So,
okay.
When I purchased it, it had a bunch of like, carbon fiber vinyl all over all the chrome. And it was very, customized.
Third ownery? It was
yes.
Third ownery?
Yes.
Okay.
There were carbon fiber stickers over the volume knobs. I'm not making this up.
That's crazy. Well, my favorite part is that you took the time to take all those off.
Yes, that was the first thing I did. I spent about 5 hours completely de-rustling it. And I'm happy to say it's in pretty good shape. There's a touch of a little bit of a leading edge of the windshield, like the roof that has a touch of rust coming through. So I'm gonna have to have that fixed.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't overheat like the old man sedan.
It's a good start.
I have done a water pump on it already.
Oh wow!
It has 136,000 miles on it.
Okay.
It has the Mark Levinson audio system, which is insane, Ian.
Nice.
I cannot wait for you to just DJ your heart's content to wherever we go next.
Sweet. I'll burn some CDs for it.
Ian, this car is so posh and crazy. It has auto follow headlights, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then here, let's see if you can see this behind me here. If it gets a little too sunny for the folks in the back.
Oh, I love this. Yes.
There's the rear shade going up. When you put the car in reverse, it takes it down automatically.
Oh, that's cool.
Let's see, what else does it have? It's very interesting. It doesn't have auto follow cruise control or anything like that. So it's kind of weird that the Infiniti outdid it by at least 2 years. And also the visors are not as good as the Infinitis. You know, like they threw all of Japanese technology at the visors, but Lexus chose not to do that.
Yeah.
They do have vanity mirrors in the back here.
That's cool.
That, right? With lights that, of course, fade on.
That's awesome.
And then there's a few other little things like, let's see here. Actually, PETA found this. I didn't know that it did this, but you know how like you can partially close your door?
Oh, it's got like the soft closed doors.
Yep.
That's
it sucks it in on its own.
It's amazing that's still working, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a Lexus, not a Volkswagen.
Hey.
So
now the real question that I have is how it's going to do on the track compared to the old man sedan.
Ian, the front seats are like a couch. I would be, if you were in the passenger seat, you would be spooning me instantly on the.
Just shove some towels in.
Yeah, on the first left turn, man. You're just you just have all of Dave coming at you. Yeah. In fact, I'm just gonna go sit in the back seat. Yeah.
I'm assuming it Dave's.
Oh, Ian, does it Dave? Oh, yeah. It Dave's very nicely.
Yeah.
See if I can get that awful sun glare out of the way. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, congratulations. I'm very excited to live in a world where I can go for a ride in your car.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. See, that's the thing. Like, I got a car and I couldn't even show my buddy, Ian, that needs to know about my car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
You did. Tell me on a podcast.
But Ian, we had to find out what those buttons were, and I was going to do it one way or the other.
Did you know you were going to buy this car when we were having that conversation?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I knew I was going to get it when we talked to Johnny, and he's talked about black being the worst color to own.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then when Peter, so our good buddy Peter texted us today about potentially going to High Plains Raceway, right? And I said, I have work to do on the Vigan. He knows that I got the car because he was down here this weekend. Mm. And I was hoping that he wasn't going to spoil it and say, just take the Lexus, Dave. Yeah. So, but he didn't. So, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. So this car, a name came to me. I'm not one to normally name cars other than Dusty Rusty.
Uh-huh.
But this car, Luther.
Luther? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you and Luther will have a great time driving to Boca Raton together.
It's after Luther Vandross, Ian.
and Lexus owners will be the demographic to get that reference.
Exactly. Exactly, Ian. The LS460 is really, really quiet. It has a very quiet exhaust note normally. But this has tiny little exhaust cutouts in it. After the resonator, there's a guy on the Lexus forums that sells these. They basically look like really thick gaskets with a piece cut out of them. And you install them in line between, your other exhaust coupling, and it lets like just the right amount of sound out.
Huh. And that's what it already had that? Or or did you buy it?
It already had that.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah. So is this the old man sedan junior or senior? Because it's newer, so junior, but it's an LS460, so senior? It's more old and also less old at the same time, right?
Yeah. It's a good question.
Yeah.
I think it's the old man sedan Esquire.
Esquire. Okay. Old man sedan Esquire. Okay. I like that. Okay. Yeah. Let's see here. Let me switch the camera around. There's some.
Oh, it has brakes. We're ready to go to the track.
You're right. And the brakes, Ian. The brakes are very, very good. Very good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So there you go. There's Luther.
Well, everybody, this has been an amazing mini Apex adjacent, I'm assuming.
Ian, I have a very quick FMK cars for you.
Oh!
Okay.
Let's do it.
Ian.
Yes.
With this FMK cars, let me find some better light. Let me find my light. There we go. Hello, Ian. Okay, Ian.
Yes.
The car is a 2008 Lexus LS460.
Unfamiliar.
The driver, Dave.
Okay.
The passenger, Ian. Ian, I'm going to give you 3 situations, and you get to pick if you're going to F, M, or K the situation.
Okay.
Right? So first up, it's going to be me driving you home from a karting event.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Or I should just say any karting event in case you marry it, right?
Okay. All right.
Okay. Drive you home from High Plains Raceway, or drive you home from any press event in the event that we ever get to do press events ever. Now, you get to pick front seat, back seat, how you all that to pan out. Obviously, you're given control of the 14-speaker Mark Levinson sound system. And there you go.
Okay. So I'm concerned a little bit about the ride home from High Plains Raceway, because that sort of implies that whatever I was driving at High Plains Raceway is not able to then get me home.
Let's just take those kinds of logistics out of it. Let's say maybe we're coming home from an event and your car's staying there the night or something like that. Okay. Yes. Luther's existence does not imply failure of one of your cars.
Right. I think I have to marry us driving home from a press event.
Yep.
Because I think the debrief is very important when we drive a new car.
Yes.
And it's better when it's fresh in our mind. Absolutely. So I got to marry that, because that's fun too. Right.
And plus, like, Luther isn't really a car that like you think about while you're riding in, right?
Right.
It takes all that stuff away, right? So which would make conversation more conducive between you and I. Right.
It's sort of a palate cleanser too. Automotive, just like it's the equivalent of, Drake, so you're doing these wine, but at wine tastings, they give you these crackers that are supposed to be like just the absolute absence of taste. Just sort of like, balance your palate back out. And that's exactly what your black Lexus is.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Remember when we did the off-road press event and you and I drove the Land Rover back to the area to get everyone's cars? That was very much a similar.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think I will crush driving back from the karting event.
Okay.
Because I don't think you would drive quickly enough for the mood that I would be in after karting.
Right.
And also I kind of I enjoy a little bit that like feeling of like, oh God, my car is broken because it feels so different.
Right.
And then the relief of realizing that, oh no, it's just not a go-kart.
Exactly.
And then for a day, I would definitely have you drive me home from High Plains and I'll just sleep in the back.
See, right? Because there's a lot of just garbage miles between here and High Plains.
Uh-huh.
And being able to sleep in the back is fantastic. Yeah.
And obviously I know that you would marry me driving your Lexus home from a karting event, so I don't really need to ask you. Because that's obviously the choice that you would make, because you would really want to see if your Lexus could get onto two wheels.
That would be probably the biggest disparity between kart and car that we have ever done. Yeah.
Just go kart to school bus.
Yeah. Exactly. You would have a more accurate representation going kart to sailboat.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, that was lovely and a very nice surprise.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Everybody, we will see you on the regular Apex Adjacent show.
Yep.
Which will be soon. Maybe next week. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out.
We'll be wearing the same outfits. We will.
We love you, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.